What's up, guys? Gaonan here, and welcome to episode 5 of Drafting to Masters. We haven't really been able to get our climb through diamond started. We just did another drafting with masters episode. So if you've missed any of the previous episodes in drafting to masters, I've included the playlist in the top right corner, and I've also included the link to the drafting with masters playlist since that was the last draft we did. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate your guys' support, and I'm looking forward to finishing off this climb relatively soon. I've got some big things in life going on, so I don't have as much time to play Eternal. So without further ado, let's get into it. I think this is a pretty easy chunk pack one, pick one. I love the double pledge, I love his summon ability, and the renown is relevant too. And Skycrag is a great place to be. Other cards worth considering here are probably Power Breach Sentinel and Oni Forge Master. I wouldn't fault anybody for taking those, but I'm just going to take Chunk here and see what comes our way. A lot of good cards in this pack. We've got Eternity Core, you have Locust, you have Keratin Steward, you have Mighty Strikes. So a lot of reasonable pickups here. Obviously, Mighty Strikes goes the best with Chunk, but I do like Locust quite a bit. I like Eternity Core. You know, we're not married to playing Chunk, so I think we should be open to taking one of these other cards that doesn't necessarily marry with Chunk here. And I think for me, I'm going to take the Locust here. I just really like this card. I think it's very powerful. It's very good in like Praxis or these Genev lists you can get into. So yeah, I really like Locust a lot and value it pretty highly. Nice time cards coming through here for us. We have Infused Guardian, you have Power Breach Sentinel. There's also Cartographer as a solid 2-drop, but I think I'm going to take one of the more powerful cards here. Between Infused Guardian and Power Breach Sentinel, I think I prefer Infused Guardian. I just like that it has the pledge keyword, it's easier to play, and its empower ability is super strong. So I really like Infused Guardian, but wouldn't fault anybody for taking Power Breach Sentinel here either. A lot of good fixing here. You have Porcelain Mask for some interaction. You have Be Gone as well. And I think here you just take the fixing that you're likely to play. So we'll take the Token of Instinct since it seems like we're going to be in time. Lots of time cards coming through. Sandcrawler is just a solid 3/3 for 3. Don't like playing Runic Protector or Pack Beast really. Huntcaller is pretty far away from where we're at right now. So I'm just going to take Sandcrawler here. Another Token of Instinct seems fine. I think it makes more sense than taking Pack Beast or Token of Honor. Another Token of Instinct. Could also play Pompous Historian. Don't love this card, but it does have some synergy when you're in like a Praxis shell because you have a lot of Sentinel bodies. But I think I'm just going to take another token here. I haven't been super impressed by Historian in the past. I just don't like the 3/3 body for 4, and it is double time. So just going to take the token here and stay open. Late Power Breach Sentinel, love seeing that. Secret Passage is a nice relic as well, but we're just going to take the Power Breach Sentinel, stay in our time lane. I don't think any of these cards make our deck, but maybe Runic Protector does. Take the Sirocco Glider. Sauropod is great, and then a Steely Resolve. So to me, it seems like Trailmaker is the obvious pick here. Banner is good. Obviously, Falchion's really good, but since we got a late Carnivorous Sauropod, we likely want to be in Genev, so I don't think it makes sense to take Falchion here. So I'm probably just going to take Trailmaker. Got a couple of options here. You could take Xenon Stranger, you could take Pyre Adept, you could take Crowd Favorite in case you get something like Changey Stick. None of those options are great or very exciting, but you're always going to need the 2-drop, so I think it makes sense to just take the Pyre Adept here. I think I like it a little bit more than a half-on Stranger. Illumination Wisp is a really good 2-drop, like it a lot. Other options are Rakano Stranger, Shadowlands Bone Picker is pretty decent, Thorn Beast is pretty good, but just going to take the Illumination Wisp and kind of stay in our time lane. We're not committed to any of our second or third colors yet, but it seems like we want to probably be in Genev and play cards like Carnivorous Sauropod. A lot of Justice cards coming through, some pretty good ones actually, along with Shadowlands Bone Picker, so it could be that we should really be in Keratin. We could take Glaive here. We just don't have any of the fixing for it, so it's kind of awkward. So I think I'm just going to take the Shadowlands Bone Picker and see where we end up. Magma Javelin is decent removal. Could also take Healer's Cloak, which is like a fine weapon. But I think I'll just take the removal in Magma Javelin. This time we can take the Skycrag Banner for the fixing. Couple of flash freezes in a row now. Would be nice to pick one of those up, but I'd rather have the fixing at this point. Skycrag Stranger is a great 2-drop for us, so we'll take that. Another Magma Javelin. Think it makes sense over Recogulator. Welding Torch is a fantastic weapon. Always happy to see these. Really good on Illumination Wisp and Locust. 2 good Justice cards. I'm going to take the Peacekeeper's Helm here. Neither of these cards will be played, and neither will Gale Prowler. Okay, headed into pack 3. We still need some more top end. We're doing pretty good on 2s, but I think we're still just going to pick up another solid 2-drop here in Illumination Wisp. There's not much else here for us. Brigand is not very good in limited. Noble Firemane is pretty good, as is Trailmaker. I kind of feel like I should value the Firemane over the Trailmaker, just because this card can pump your whole board multiple times in the late game, which is very strong. So I think I'm going to take the Firemane here. Scorpion Wasp is nice removal. There's also Changey Stick for the nice splash. Would really love to have both of these cards, but I think it makes sense to just take Changey Stick here and splash for that. They're both removal. Obviously, Changey Stick is a little bit more expensive, but I think the power level is super high. Another Pyre Adept. We could take that. We could take Sandglass Parma. I'm going to take the Pyre Adept because we still need bodies at this point. Parma is decent for ramping, but I don't think we'll miss it. Oni Ronin's an aggressive 1-drop. I will take that. I don't think we have anything that benefits from relics at the moment, so I guess we just take another Magma Javelin, but I don't love it. Another Illumination Wisp? Sure. Maybe we play Jotun Warrior if we're desperate for bodies. I don't think we're playing any of those. Take the Stone Scar Banner for fixing. Not playing any of these. Could play the Stranger if we need to. Alright, and into pack 4. So we definitely need 3-drops. We need a few more bodies, I think. And we would like some more interaction, probably. But Great Valley Smuggler, I think, is too good to pass. We'll definitely take it here. Not a whole lot else here for us. Honeypot has some synergy with relics, but we don't really have the relics to make that happen. So maybe it's just Surveiller or even Dune Painter here. Don't have any Amplify cards at the moment, though. So Dune Painter is pretty speculative. So I think I'll just take Surveiller here as an aggressive 4-drop. Another Power Breach Sentinel. That'll be good for our top end, so we'll take that here. Display of Honor is super good, but we don't have a way to splash the Justice. So I think we'll just take the Tunneling Gargantua. It's not a fantastic card, but Killer is pretty strong, and if we happen to have out one of these Magma Javelins or something, because we've got so much power with the Power Breach Sentinel, then this becomes a 9/9 killer, which is pretty hard to deal with. Another Sauropod. Really happy to see that. Think it's better for us than Bannerman even is. Another Sauropod would be nice, but I think we should take the second Infused Guardian over the third Sauropod. Here we'll definitely take Mighty Strikes for a good trick. Good way to close out games too. Won't play anything here. Take the shiny. And some cards we won't play. Alright, so we have like 0 interaction. Basically just need our big bodies to do work or potentially come out of the gate faster than our opponent. And this is probably a 18 or 19 power deck, maybe 19. Wish we had gotten more weapons for the Illumination Wisps, but I think those still be good. So if we want to play 19 power, we have 2 more cuts. And I think we should be looking at the 4-drop slot. We could just drop Chunk, but I think it's pretty good. We have 10 2-drops right now, so I think we can cut at least one of those. Kind of looking at Surveiller, because what we kind of want to do is be aggressive early on, middle of the game with our 3 and 4 drops, kind of stall the game, and then end the game with Infused Guardians and Power Breach Sentinel. I feel like Surveiller is either out or another Pyre Adept, but I think I'm just going to take the Surveiller out. This will be a 19 power deck. Let's get the power added. I think this is too much primal. Alright, our fixing's pretty good because of these tokens we got, along with the Skycrag Stranger, the Skycrag Banner, and the Trailmaker. So we have 12 time sources, we have 7 primal sources, and 12 fire sources. Probably don't need that many fire sources. We do want an undepleted one turn 1 though for Oni Ronin. But we could do something like that, because then I think you're at 12 time, 10 fire, and 9 primal. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. So I think this is our deck. Just want to close out this drafting and deck building portion of the episode by saying thank you for being here. Really appreciate your guys' support, and hopefully this draft will get us on our way through Diamond. Next, what'll happen is we'll go into the games video, we'll talk about the deck a little bit, see how I think it's going to perform, and then we'll actually play some games. So I hope to see you in the next video.